have to wait for something you really, really want?
Sucks.
Sucks, exactly. Well, what if it was something you really couldn't live without? The need of organ donors is always growing, and giving your organ tissues isn't such a big deal if you think about it, because it's a simple and easy way to save someone else's life after you die. In my own personal experience, I've witnessed how someone's life can truly be changed just by deciding to donate your organs after you die. I've witnessed actually two situations. One was, they're both people I knew in high school. My best friend's brother died in a car accident a year ago, April 10th of this year. She decided, it was her decision, they let her decide if they wanted to donate her organs or not, his organs or whatever. And she decided to let him live on through somebody else, you know, because he was such a bright person anyway. Through that, there was about 8 people that were lives were changed by letting him donate his stuff. I remember one was from Knoxville and one was from like Georgia. That's the ones they were both kids, and like it saved their lives, and now they could be kids. But anyway, and the other one was someone I knew in high school. Her baby brother also died in a car accident. He was like, I think 2, and he impacted other kids about his age, his life, by giving his organs as well. The need of organ donors is always growing, and it's a simple and easy way to become an organ donor. I will be discussing the need for organ donors in our area and how organ donors, recipients, and their families benefit from donations, and how to become an organ donor today. Okay. People around the world and right here in East Tennessee are in need of organs, and they need our help to pledge to donate our organs when we die. The problem we are facing is the lack of organs to help people with things such as burns, cancers, organ failure, and much more. Organ donors are what make this all possible. Without them, people will die without a chance to live their life, says Susie Smith in the article Donations Beyond Dollars, Organ Donation Statistics, which was published in the New York Post on April 4th, 2009, on pages 35 and 36. This information, in the state of Tennessee, over 2,900 people are still on a waiting list for organs. The list in 2015, only 399 Tennesseans were donors. This information was on the Tennessee Donor Service website on Facts About Donors. Now that you can see that we are in great need of donors, not only in our area but around, let's see what may happen if you choose to donate your organs. I have this video. It'll play on here.
Every year, many thousands of people receive the gift of life, a life-saving transplant of a heart, kidney, liver, lungs, pancreas, or intestines. And thousands more people receive corneas and other tissues that restore sight and health. Transplantation is one of the great medical advances of our time. How does it work? It all starts when someone's organ begins to fail, and that person will need a transplant to survive. A thorough evaluation is conducted at a transplant center, and if the person's a good candidate for a transplant, he or she will be put on the National Transplant Waiting List. Once a person is on the list, the wait for an organ begins. A national system matches people on the waiting list with donors. The factors considered in matching donors and recipients include blood type and body size, how sick the patient is, distance from the donor, tissue type, and length of time on the waiting list. What doesn't get taken into account? Organs are never matched based on race or gender. Income, celebrity, and social status are also never considered in matching donor organs to waiting patients. There's no telling how long the wait will take. In fact, some people don't receive an organ in time because the waiting list is very long and there aren't enough donors available. That's why an average of 18 people on the waiting list die each day. Imagine how many we could save if we all were donors. Most organs for transplants come from deceased donors. Here's how that happens. A person comes to the hospital with a life-threatening brain injury, such as from an accident, a stroke, or lack of oxygen. The doctors work hard to save the patient's life, but sometimes nothing can be done. There's a complete, irreversible loss of brain function. The patient is clinically and legally dead. That's when being a donor can turn a time of loss into a time of hope. Because machines have kept blood containing oxygen flowing to the organs, they can...
I'm going to pause it because it's a little bit longer than I like. Anyway. Okay. After watching that video, you can see how of great need that we need organ donors in our society today. If you choose to donate your organs when you die, the people who receive your organs will have a second chance of life. Sometimes recipients are kids that get a second chance to live their life to the fullest and be a kid. Organ donation can save up to close to 100 lives in a month, says Paul Helium in the article Organ Donation, the Facts We All Need to Know, that was published in 2007 in the Journal of Medicine. Okay, this is a story I wanted to share because I felt like it was important and it added to my credibility about organ donation. This is Ashley Harris Moore. She had said, I want you to understand the power of organ donation. I want you to really think about the fact that organ donation does not just save a life or the recipient, but the recipient's family too. If I'm lucky enough to get lungs, it won't just mean I have my life back, but it will also mean the most wanted and beloved little boy in the world will grow up with a mommy in the real world version of a fairy tale love story. Marriage will continue. Her story is about 15 months ago. She lives in Texas. And she was, her fate took a different turn when she was put on a waiting list for a double lung transplant. Ashley, who currently lives in London, is battling fibrosis, which is a genetic disorder that affects the lung. Currently, there is no cure and the life expectancy is around 35 years of age. In the last few months, Ashley's health has significantly declined and her lungs are functioning just about 16%. And now she relies on a machine to provide her with oxygen 24 hours a day. She said, in quote, "It's painful and terrifying in equal measure to think she'll have to leave her little boy and it's completely out of her control. Without the transplant, she will die." Because of not having enough donors around, not only in our area, but around the world, there's not enough people to have the stuff that they need to continue life. She may not get a donor. It depends on their, how far along she starts to decline, whether she goes up on the list. So. After learning about the need of donors and how you can save someone else's life, or maybe even a child's life, how can you make sure that your organs get donated after you die? It only takes 2 simple steps to become an organ donor. Who knew becoming an organ donor was so simple? Talk to your family about your decision to donate your organs when you die, so they know that your wishes when you pass. Says Dr. Turner from the Valley Green Hospital, who published her article, Important Steps to Organ Donation, in the Medical Journal in 2008. Also, when you go to the DMV to renew your license, make sure they check the appropriate box to become an organ donor. This will ensure your organs will be donated. This is found on the Tennessee Donor Service website under Donors tab. You can also go online and create a thing to make sure that your organs get donated as well. After learning these important reasons why you should become an organ donor, will you change your mind and save somebody else's life today? People around the world and even in the state of Tennessee are in need of organs. They need our help by pledging to donate our organs when we die. By donating our organs, we help both the recipients and also their loved ones by donating. It's very, very simple to donate your organs, and it only takes 2 steps: to tell your family and to check the appropriate box when you renew your license. The need for organ donors is always growing. It's very simple to become an organ donor. Can we make a difference after we die by helping someone else live by being